The sea is not just water. It is memory. It is loss. It is the silent witness to every dream that was broken and every promise that refused to die. That night, the sea was not calm. It was furious. Cut to a massive storm. The sky was split open by lightning. Thunder roared like the anger of the gods. Waves rose higher than anything the Straw Hat crew had ever faced before. Their ship, once strong, now looked fragile against the power of the Grand Line. Luffy stood at the front, gripping the railing, his entire body shaking, not from fear, but from the weight of what could be lost. Luffy shouting over storm.
Nobody lets go! We stay together!
But the sea had other plans. A massive wave crashed over the ship, throwing everyone off balance. Zoro slid across the deck, barely stopping himself. Zoro, this isn't normal. This storm is hunting us. Nami struggled to read the currents, her eyes filled with panic. Nami, the sea's direction is changing every second. I can't control it. Usopp, frozen in fear, looked at the sky as another wave rose. Bigger than the last. Much bigger. Usopp, terrified.
No! This is it!
This is really it. Everything slowed down. Luffy's eyes widened. Zoro tightened his grip. Nami gasped.
Usopp screamed!
And then the wave came down. Smash cut. Silence. Soft morning light. Quiet beach. The storm was gone, as if it had never existed. Luffy lay motionless on the sand, his body covered in salt and scars. For a long moment, nothing moved. Then, a cough, a sharp breath. Life. Luffy pushed himself up slowly, his hands trembling. Luffy, weak.
Zoro? Nami?
Usopp. No answer. Just the sound of waves, for the first time since he began his journey. Luffy looked completely alone. He saw his straw hat lying in the sand. He picked it up, stared at it, and for a brief second, doubt passed through his eyes. Then, he placed it back on his head, and everything changed. Luffy, low, determined. I'm not losing anyone. He stood up, slowly, painfully, but with purpose. Luffy grunted, no matter where they are, I'll find them. Cut to Zoro's island. Far away, on a harsh and unforgiving land, Zoro stood alone, wounded, exhausted, but alive. He looked at his swords, then at his reflection in the blade. Zoro, quietly, so this is how weak I am. The wind howled around him. He tied his bandana, a signal. No answer, just silence, but deep inside. Something still called him. Cut to Nami. In a dark cave filled with ancient markings, Nami stood surrounded by history. Maps, symbols, secrets. She traced a path carefully, piece by piece, until everything connected. Her eyes widened. Her heart raced. Nami whispers, "This is it." She followed the route with her finger, a path no one had completed. Nami counted Roger's treasure. She smiled, not just for the treasure, but for what it meant. Nami, Luffy, you're walking straight into this. She rolled up the map, determined. Nami counted, and I'm not letting you do it alone. Cut to our Luffy at sea. Days passed. Luffy sailed alone, through heat, through rain, through exhaustion. He called out their names again and again, but never stopped moving, because that's who he was. He didn't quit. He didn't turn back. Then one day, a voice, familiar. Calm. Zoro OS. You're still loud. Luffy froze, turned slowly, and there he was. Zoro, alive, stronger. Luffy's face broke into a massive smile. Luffy. Zoro! He jumped and hugged him, like nothing had changed, like everything had changed. Moments later, another voice. Nami, and you still can't sail properly. Luffy turned again. Nami, standing there, confident as ever. The crew was back together, almost. A silence fell. Luffy looked around. One name remained. Luffy softly. Usopp. No one answered, but they understood. Final scene, the journey continues. The ship sailed again, stronger, together. The sun set across the ocean. Golden light reflected on the waves. Luffy stood at the front, eyes forward, unshaken. Luffy, king of the pirates. A pause, a promise. Luffy grunted, I'm coming. Far in the distance, through thick fog, a mysterious island began to appear. Glowing, silent, waiting. Beneath the water, something moved. Massive, unknown, watching them from this moment. Everything would change. Zoro firm. If I'm going to stand beside the future king of the pirates, and for the first time, Usopp believed it. Days turned into weeks. Usopp stayed. He told stories. He made people laugh. He became the hero they needed. And slowly, he stopped looking at the sea, until one night, he sat alone, looking at the horizon. The same horizon he once chased with Luffy. Usopp, quietly. Are you guys okay?